Hello dear learners, I am Dr. Srutishrava Bharali, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science working at Krishna Kanto Handiko State Open University. And this video lecture is the second part of the module on computer literacy. In this second part video lecture, I am going to discuss on how we can use Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint and a little bit of Microsoft Excel also. So let's start with it. Let me show you how we can open our Microsoft Word document. So there are two ways for it. We can either come here in the start and then we can choose the Microsoft Office here and then we can choose Microsoft Word from here. So we can double click here and then our Microsoft document will open. So this is one way to open our Microsoft Word document. There is another way to do this and let me show you that now. So the second option is I have already a shortcut here in the desktop and I can double click on this option to open my Microsoft Word document. So in this way also I can open my document. So here we can see that we have opened the Microsoft Word document window, and first of all let me show you the different parts of the Microsoft window for MS Word. So here this is the file tab and you have different save as option, open, close. So all these options are available here. Then this whole is the ribbon panel and here we have different tab menus. Okay, so we have home, insert, page layout, references, mailings, review. Okay, and now this is the status bar as we have seen, and then these are the zoom controls and the view options. So let us start with writing something here in the Word document and then we'll do the text formatting and the paragraph formatting here. So here we can see that I have written 3 paragraphs here and now let me do some text formatting here. So for example, suppose I want to bold this text computer literacy. Okay, so what I will do is I will select this text and then I'll come to this option which is under the home tab menu. Okay, this for bold. So in this way what I can do is I can make the selected text bold. Similarly, suppose I want to make a selected text italic, then I will select that particular text, for example knowledge and ability, and then I'll select the italic option. Okay, and here we can see that this part is italic. Next, what I want to do is suppose I want to make this computer literacy part, I want to underline this. Okay, so for that what I will do is I will select this underline option, and in this way I can underline my text. There are other options also here. So for example, we can see that if I select my whole text here, then the font that has been selected for my text here is of Calibri. Okay, but I can change the font theme also here. So instead of Calibri, I can go for Arial. Okay, or I can go for any of the fonts here that out of so many available options, I can choose from these options. Okay, so right now my text is in Arial font. Similarly, what I can also do is I can also increase or decrease the font size. So for example, for the selected text here, my font size is 11 now, but I can change it. Okay, I can make it 16, 18, 20. Okay, so in this way, what I can do is I can increase or decrease my font size. There are 2 other options, which are for subscript and superscript, which may be very useful if you are doing if you're using mathematical equations or formulas. Okay, so for example, if I want this text as a subscript, then I can simply come here to the font part and I can choose this subscript option. Okay, and now we can see that this part is below this whole textual line. Okay, similarly, if I want to write something, suppose like computer literacy, or x to the power of something, or computer literacy, and above I want is defined, then I can choose this superscript option, which will put this text above that particular line. We have another options here for coloring the text. Okay, so for that what we can do is we can choose the specific text and we can come here. Okay, and here we have a lot of theme colors from which we can choose. So for example, let me choose this blue color, which will make the text blue, or I can go and choose this red color, which will make the text red. Now let me show you another utility that is here for changing cases. So here we can see that this paragraph has been written in sentence case. Now if we come to this option here, then we can choose different types of cases here. We can make this whole paragraph be in lowercase, as we can see here, or the next paragraph we can make the whole paragraph in uppercase. So here we can see this whole paragraph is in uppercase. So in this way, these are the different text formatting options that are available in Microsoft Word. Let us look at some paragraph formatting options. So first of all, what we can do is we can align the paragraphs. Okay, so we can align it either in the right hand side or the left hand side or at the center, or we can justify the paragraphs. So let me copy and paste one paragraph so that there are 4 paragraphs. Okay, so first of all, how can we do that? Simply, we can copy this paragraph, we can select this whole paragraph, and then when I right click here, I can go for the copy option. So I click on this copy, and then at the position where I want to paste it or where I want to put it, I will again right click and I will do the paste. So here using paste, I can copy a particular paragraph and then paste it at some other location. Now I want to justify, or I want to align the paragraphs. So the first paragraph I want to align in the left hand side. So I will select the text in that particular paragraph and I will come here in the paragraph part, and here I will choose this option, which will align my whole paragraph to the left hand side. So here you can see this paragraph has been aligned in the left hand side. Then I choose the second paragraph and I want to align it in the center. So I'll choose this option, that is the second center option. Then suppose I want my third paragraph to be aligned in the right hand side. So I will select the text here and then I will use the align text right option, which will align the whole text in the right hand side. Then for the fourth paragraph, let me choose this whole text and then I want to make it justify. That is, I want to align it from both the left hand side and the right hand side. So it has already been chosen here as justify. So you can see here, if you see it completely, then you will know that this paragraph has been aligned in the left hand side, this is in the center, the third paragraph has been aligned the right hand side, and the fourth one is aligned from both left and right hand sides. So in this way we can align our paragraphs. Now next, let me show you how we can use the numbering and bulleting for a particular list. For example, let me write a few words. So okay, so here we can see that I have inputted this 4 words, and let me say that I want to number it or bullet it. So for example, let me bold this part because this is the heading and these are the subunits. Okay, and I want to bold and I want to list it. So I can come here to the bullet parts for starting a bulleted list, and there are many different options here from which I can choose. So I can choose either this one, which is a rounded bullet, and this is one of the most commonly used bullet symbols. So I have chosen this, and in this way I can make a list. Now next, let us go to the insert tab. So there are a lot of options from the insert tab menu, and I will just show you the 2 important ones here in today's video lecture. So I will show you how we can insert a table and how we can insert a picture. First of all, let me show you how we can insert a table. So for that, what we have to do is, we'll simply come here, we'll choose the insert tab here, and then we'll choose this table option. So when we choose here, there are different ways in which we can insert the table. So we can draw the table here itself, or we can do a insert table here, or we can draw table in the other way. So let me just choose this insert table option. So when we choose this insert table option, as you can see here, we have to specify the number of columns and the number of rows. Okay, so let me just choose the number of columns, let it be 2, and the number of rows, let it be 3. Okay, and when I give OK, so my table is here. So we can simply put some contents here quickly. Suppose name and suppose subject. Okay, so name, let me just say A, B, C something, and subject, let it be, suppose for example BCA, and then again another name, let it be XYZ, and let the subject be MB. Okay, so something like this. So we can insert tables in this way in our Word document. Okay, so for table also again we can insert additional rows and columns here. So to do that, simply we have to come here, we have to right click, and then we have this menu option here. Okay, and from this menu we can go here to the insert part, and we can insert column either to the left or the right, or we can insert a row above or below. So these are the various options that are available for inserting rows or columns in our table. Now next, let me show you how we can insert a picture in our Word document. So for that, again we'll come here to the insert tab, and then we'll choose this option, that is the insert picture from a file or from any part of our computer. So when I choose this, so by default it is going to the pictures, but let us suppose that my picture is stored in the desktop. Okay, so I want to get my picture from the desktop and I want to put it here in my Word document. So then I will need to choose the location here. Okay, so simply since my location is desktop, I will click here as the desktop, and then suppose I want to insert this picture, then I will simply select this picture, and then I can come here and I can select this insert. So when I select the insert, I can see that my picture has been inserted in my Word document. So in this way you can insert your picture in the Word document. We can also insert header and footers and page numbers here. So let me just show you how to insert one of those. Okay, so for example, suppose I want to insert the page number. Okay, so for page number, again I'll go to the insert part and I'll choose the page number option. So when I choose this, I will be asked whether I want the page number to be at the top of the page or at the bottom of the page, or at which position. So let me just choose that I want the page number to be at the bottom of the page and let it be in the middle. Okay, so I'll choose this option where it is in the bottom and in the middle of the page. So when I choose this, so here we can see that my page number is being showing here. So in this way we can insert a page number in our Word document. Now next, let us explore the page layout menu. Okay, so for page layout, let us go for the margin one. So for margins, when we come here, we get a lot of different margin options here. So by default, the normal one has been selected here. That is the margin here that is being chosen is, I will leave a space of 1 inch in the left and bottom, left and right and top part. And we can go for different type of margins also here. So let me just choose one and show you the different type of margins that are there. So let me just go to the top of the page where the text is there. So here, so right now our margin is normal, but when I want to suppose a wide margin, suppose I am selecting text, then here I can see that my word is, so the margin here is quite wide. Okay, at the top also, at the left hand side, right hand side, and even in the bottom side also. So in this way we can choose different type of margins that we want. So we can also customize our own margin here. So let me just show you the option for that. So here we can see this custom margin is there. So when we come here to page setup, so we can set up our own margins here. So how much space we want to be there at the top, at the bottom, at the left hand side and at the right hand side. So all these margins we can select or we can set it here in the custom margin option. There is another option here, that is the orientation. So for now, for this page we have selected the portrait orientation. But suppose you have a picture or you're doing a diagram, then you can choose the landscape orientation also. Next, we have the size option here. So generally when we want to print a document, we choose the A4 size. Okay, but if it is a legal document, you can go for some other legal size, or if it is a letter, you can choose the letter size. Okay, so different options for paper sizes are also available in the Word document. Now last, we have this column option. So suppose I want this text. Now this is using only one column. Suppose I want this to be divided into 2 columns. Now you may ask that where will we need these 2 columns or 3 columns. So if you look at the newspapers, the printed newspapers that we get, we can see that the texts are divided into multiple columns. Or if you look at a journal paper or a conference paper also, we have our text divided into 2 or 3 columns. So in those type of cases, we may want to divide the text into either 2 columns, as you can see here, or we may want to divide the text into 3 columns. So let me choose the third option. So here. So then your text will be divided into 3 columns. So in this way, you can choose the different type of columns. Okay. So now lastly, let me show you how we can save this document and what are the printing options. So for saving this document, we can either use the shortcut, that is Ctrl S. In that way you can save the document. Or if I want to save this document with a new name and in a new location, then I can go to this File tab menu here, and then I can use this Save As option. So when I click on this Save As, okay, I can give the location here. Okay, let me just say that I want to save it in my desktop. Okay, and let the name be Computer Literacy. Okay, so I have given a new name and I have given a new location, and in this way I can save my document. Now let me show you the print option. So suppose I want to print this document. So again what I will do is, I'll come here to the File option. I'll click on this, and here I can see that this print option is there, and I will click on this. Okay, so when I click on this, we can see that there is an option here that how many copies of this document do I want. So we can change the number of copies that we want here. Next, we can choose the printer here. Suppose you have your laptop or your desktop has been connected with more than one printer. You can choose which printer you want from this option menu here. Next, we can choose whether we want to print all the pages or only the current page, or if you want to put a custom range. Suppose we want to print only pages 2 to 5. Okay, so those kind of things we can choose here. Now there is also the option here where we can choose whether we want to print it in a A4 size manner, or whether if you want to be a letter, or if you want to be the legal way. Okay, so different options have been given here. So this was all about the Word. Now as I have said in the video earlier, now this is the document that we have saved using the Save As option in the computer desktop. So the name here is Computer Literacy. Okay, so in this way we can choose to save our Microsoft Word document anywhere in the computer memory. So learners, we have now seen how we can access the Microsoft Word document. Next, let me show you how we can open the Microsoft PowerPoint window. So again, we'll come here to the Start button. We'll click on this and we'll go to the Microsoft Office software, and here we can choose Microsoft PowerPoint option. So we can double click here and our Microsoft PowerPoint window will open. So we have seen how we can open the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation using the Start button. So now we will see how we can open it using the shortcut. So for this, we'll select it here from the desktop. Already the shortcut is there, and when we double click on this, then our presentation window is opened. So in this way we can open our presentation in the desktop. So learners, let us now see how we can create different slides here and what are the different options and features that are available in the presentation software from Microsoft. So this is the home menu here. So here are the options for different type of slides. So we can choose from different types of slides here. So this is the title slide, and then we can have a title and content slide. So let me just show you how we can type into the title slide. So let the title be computer literacy, and let the subtitle be, it be just my name. So this is our title slide, and what we can do here is we can these are the placeholders, so we can move this around. So wherever you want to position these placeholders, we can do that. So next, this is another type of slide, which is a title and a content slide. Okay, so let me type something here. So let it be components of computer. So here the second slide is of type title and content. So we can have different other slides also here. So we can choose from here what will be the layout of the next. So we can have two content here. So where we can place one content on the left hand side and one content on the right hand side, or we can have other layouts also. So we can go here and we can choose a comparison one, or one slide where it is only title, or one where we have a picture and a caption with it, or we can have another where we have content on one side and we can have text or picture on one side. So there are different type of layouts that are available here in the presentation software, and we can choose from all of these options. So let me choose the basic layout for title and content here. Okay, and let me write another slide here. So let it be on the input devices. So different type of input devices, say like keyboard, mouse, then we can have microphone, and let it be barcode readers. Okay, so these are the different types of input devices. Okay, so now, so in this way we can create different slides. Okay, and similar to the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, when you will see, we'll cover that, you can see that the interface here is quite similar to the Word. Okay, now this is because all of this belong to the same company, which is Microsoft. So here we can see that the tab menus are also same, although the options that are given, or the features which are given in Word will be different, and there will be special features for a PowerPoint software, and there will be different features for a Excel or a worksheet software. Okay, so but the basic interface is same. So here these are again the font and the paragraph type which we can choose. So this is similar to the Microsoft Word. Okay, so let me now go to the insert tab. So here again we can insert table, pictures, chart, header, footer. So all these things also we can insert you in the slide using the insert tab. Then next, which is unique to this PowerPoint software, is the design tab. So here we can see there are lots of designs that are available, and when we click here, so we can see there are more themes also. So out of all of these themes, we can select any theme that we want. So for example, let me choose this green color theme. So suppose I want this, then I will choose this green color theme. Okay, so then I can see that this theme is there for all of the slides. Okay, so all of the slides that are there in my presentation will be modified to this particular design. Now if I do not like this theme, then again I can change it. Okay, suppose I don't like this green theme, let me choose some other theme. Okay, so let it be this purple one. So now I can see that my theme has changed from that to this new one that I have selected. Okay, so in this way what we can do is we can choose out of all of these theme options that are here, and we can choose any one of it. Okay, so the default one is the simple white background, but as per our choice we can choose any other design theme. Now next, there is another option, that is transition. Okay, so when we come to the transition tab here, we can choose how our slide will enter into the when we are doing a slide, so how our slide will enter. Okay, so say for example for the first slide I have not chosen any particular transition, let it be none, which is the default option that has been selected. Now for the second one, let me just choose, suppose, this random bars. Okay, so when I choose this random bars, so now when this slide will come in the slideshow, then it will come with this random bar options. Now in the third slide, suppose I want to choose a different type of transition for the entry of this slide. So let's say push. Okay, so the slide transition for the third slide will be in a push format. Okay, now this will be more clear when I do the slideshow. So let me just show you the slideshows. Okay, so for slideshow, if I want I can choose from this slideshow tab also, or what I can do is I can come down here and I can use this slideshow button here. Okay, so these are the different buttons that are there. So basically by default it will be in the normal option. So learners, this is the Microsoft Excel worksheet window. Okay, so here we can see at the top, so this interface is kind of similar to the Microsoft Word and the Microsoft PowerPoint windows. So we have the home, insert, page layout tabs here, and then if you look here, so this whole part is the worksheet area. Okay, so again there we can see the different type of cells here, and these cells are divided into rows and columns. So here we can see that the rows, they are numbered from 1, starting from 1 and will go on, and the columns are numbered as ABCD. Okay, so and if you have to click on a particular cell, its name is given as, suppose for this particular first cell, the name is A1. That is, the column number will come first and the row 1 will come second. So it is A1. So for the second cell, so it will be B1. Similarly for the third, it will be C1. So similarly for any particular cell here, suppose I am clicking on this cell, so it will be I15. And the name can be seen here in the name box. Okay, so in this particular area. Now if we come down, we can see here that there are different sheets here. This whole one is a workbook and we have different worksheets present in the workbook. Okay, so we can change the name of the sheet here. Suppose for doing that, when I right click on sheet, I'll see the rename option. Okay, so when I click on rename, I can rename it as, suppose, marks. Okay, because I am going to store marks information in this particular worksheet. Now again, if I want to add more worksheets here, I can simply come here to this button for inserting worksheet and I can insert more worksheets here. Okay, so so this is about the whole interface that is there in Microsoft Excel. Now if I want to enter some details here, so let me just enter some details here. Suppose I want to enter marks of two subject marks for some students, and then I'll try to calculate the total marks and their average. Okay, so in this way we can enter different data for a particular cell. We just need to select that cell and then we can enter the data into that cell. Okay, so now we can see here that in the home menu, all of these options are kind of similar to those that were there already in Microsoft Word. Okay, so now there are two different options here, that is wrap text and merge and center. Now here we can see that this column which is storing which is keeping the name total marks is not completely visible. We can see that the S is not visible from total marks. So now if I want my data, however long it is, to be visible, then what I can do is I can select my data or that particular cell also, and then I can come and use this option, that is wrap text. Now what this rep text will do is, so it will make all the contents visible. Okay, so when I click on this, now I can see that I have now the total marks, whole thing is being shown. Okay, now similarly I can also I can use another option here, that is merge and center. Now what this will do is, it will merge a selected some selected cells, it will merge, and then whatever contents is there, it will put that content in the center of that merged cell. Okay, so for example, let me create a row here at the top. Okay, so now suppose I want to create a row here at the top. So what I will do is, first of all, I'll click this cell. Okay, because this is the starting cell, and now when I right click here, so I have this option of insert. Okay, so now when I insert here, okay, so I have these options of what I want to do. Suppose I want to insert an entire row at the top, then I'll use this option of entire row. If I had wanted to insert a column, then I would have used the option entire column. Okay, but since now I want a row at the top, so I'm going with this particular option here, and I'll click on OK. So now I can see this new row has been created here. Okay, and earlier this was in the first row, name, roll number. Now it has been moved down to the second row, and similarly for all the other rows below it. So now suppose I want to give a title to this particular table here. Suppose the title be student information. Okay, so now and I want suppose I want this header to be in the middle, and I want to merge the cells from A1 till G1. Okay, so for that what I have to do is, I have to select these particular cells. Okay, so I have to select this A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, all of these cells I'll select, and then I will choose the option merge and center. Okay, so what it will do is, it will join the selected cells. Okay, and whatever information is there, it will put it in the middle. So for me it was student information, so it has put it in the middle here. Okay, so in this way we can use this merge and center feature. Now next what we can do is, we can have borders for this particular of tables. Okay, so now we can see this is not being very prominent. Okay, if you want to make it more prominent, what we can do is, we can go for the border option, which is available in here in the front. So if I click on this option, so it will give me a long list of different type of borders that I want. Okay, suppose I want the simple all border option, that I can click on this. Okay, so here I can see that all of my cells now have a border. Okay, so in this way I can make my information or data that is there in Excel worksheet more prominent. Now next, and this is the way how we can enter the different information in our cells. Okay, now next if we go to the insert tab here, okay, so again we can see that the interface is similar to that of Microsoft Word, right? So here also we have a insert table option, picture option, clip art, shapes, and all of these options are there. Okay, so here let me just explore the insert chart option. Okay, so in Microsoft Excel we can insert different type of charts here. Okay, so for example, it can be a column chart, a line chart, a pie chart, bar chart, area, scatter, and all other different types of charts. So depending on the data that you are using, you can use different type of charts that will represent your data best. Okay, so for example, suppose I want to represent this data, okay, where the roll number and the marks of those two subjects are shown in a column chart. So for that what I will do is, I will select this particular cells. Okay, I will select this particular cells, and then I will come here to the column option, and I'll choose on the column. Okay, so here I can see the chart has been created. Okay, so here I can see that the three different students are here with their roll numbers KKH 1, 2 and 3, and the different marks are being depicted as columns. So here the marks are depicted using different colors. So we can choose different chart styles also here. Okay, so at the top we can see that this chart style has been chosen as a default. So we can use a grayish one, we can use a bluish one, a brownish one, a greenish one. So we can choose from different chart styles from here. Okay, similarly we can also choose the layout of this chart. So if we come here to the chart layout and we click on this, so we can see all the different type of layout options for a particular slide that are available, and we can choose from any one out of here as per our convenience and our choice. Okay, so in this way we can choose the different charts. Now is whole worksheet, if I want to rename and I want to store it in the desktop, then again I'll go to the file menu here and I'll use the option save as. So when I do this, the save as window will appear. I can click on the location where I want to store it, suppose desktop, and then I can give it a particular name here. So let it be student info. Okay, so in this way we can save our Excel file in any location in the computer. Okay, so now we can see that the name student info has come at the top. So learners, in this video lecture we have learned how to use Microsoft Word, all the different features that Microsoft Word gives us. We have also learned how to use PowerPoint, and we have also learned how to use Microsoft Excel. So thank you for watching this video.